it is just May 21st, but I want to do my first fantasy football mock draft of the year. I've got the entire mock draft pulled up. We are on Sleeper, so we'll automatically do it. I'm going to have Siri pick a number 1 through 10. The random number turned out to be, sorry, it's Bori. I'm trying. It's 9. Just sorry you guys can't see it, but it is 9. So I'm going to head over to 9 and claim that spot. And we are going to do our first mock draft live on stream of the year. Good luck to us. Let's see how this goes. Let's start the draft. Bijan goes 1. McCaffrey 2. Gibbs 3. Puka 4. JSN 5. Chase 6. Jonathan Taylor 7. And CeeDee Lamb at 8. Which means 2 minutes on the clock. We now get to pick our first round pick at pick 9. We're looking through the names over here. James Cook, running back of the Bills. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Kenneth Walker, Genty, A-Chain, etc. Now, to be honest, I think there is a clear, easy pick here for me. There has been a player that has been so consistent over the past couple of years, and I don't believe his role has changed at all. If not, may have improved because of the loss of their running back too. Talking about the Detroit Lions here, I really think Amon-Ra St. Brown. Bye week in week 6. I mean, look at his PPR points, right? 16, 16, 18, 17, 17, 19, 19, 19, 21, 21, 19, 19, 17, 18, 21, and 19, 17. Just so consistent. He was the wide receiver 3 last year, 35th overall, whereas like James Cook was the 5th running back, 17th overall. I just think I'm going to go Amon-Ra. He's too safe of a wide receiver 1. He's such an easy plug-and-play guy that putting him as our top name on our team just gives me all the, ideas to work around it. So we're going to start with Amon-Ra. Unfortunately, James Cook and Jefferson went. Probably the 2 names that I would have been between if the 2 of them didn't go at numbers 10 and 11. But here for pick 12, I want to believe in Drake London so much. It's just I don't believe in Tua and I don't believe in Penix right now. And unless it's Bijan Robinson, I don't want to take that high of a really a player, of a wide receiver without that. McBride or Saquon. So actually, there's a couple names in here that I'm pretty close between. I love the McBride pick, though. I can't lie, Dragon Kid. 2nd round early on. People don't know that McBride last year was tight end 1, obviously. But if you look at his total points by the end of the year, 315.9 total fantasy points last year. Jamar Chase last year had 313 points. Trey McBride was just as good in fantasy as Jamar Chase was last year. And Jamar almost played every game. He missed 1 single game. I love the Trey McBride pick. I can't lie, if I was going to go with a running back here, I think I would low-key lean just slightly over Saquon, Jeremiah Love. I think Jeremiah Love is going to have a big role in Arizona, and I think he's going to be more of a 3-down back. I know they have Algier, but it reminds me very similar of Bijan. But I am going to go Trey McBride here. I think I'm going to go with my tight end spot, get Amon-Ra and Trey McBride right out of the way, which means our first 2 picks are right there on your right side of your screen, Amon-Ra and McBride. After McBride went London, Genty, Saquon, A-Chain, and Hampton, with Nico Collins falling, Kenneth Walker falling to the end of the 2nd. Pickens and Neighbors back-to-back. I can't lie. Beautiful pick 1 right here. If I had to pick my favorite teams heading into this pick, Bijan, Pickens, and Neighbors I really like. I love this team right here. If Rashee Rice is playing football, we got to see if Rashee Rice gets out of jail. But if he does, Puka, Hampton, Rice looks beautiful. I even love this 2nd overall one. McCaffrey, Kenneth Walker, Jeremiah Love. But we have our 3rd pick here. We are in desperate need. I say desperate. It's a 3rd round. We're not in desperate need of anything. But we are definitely looking at more of a running back here. Brock Bowers fell. I don't think I'm going to take Bowers. I think there's a clear tier gap here in running backs from Josh Jacobs to everyone I see underneath him. Whereas wide receivers, I love A.J. Brown. I do really like A.J. Brown, especially if he goes to the Patriots. I like him even more. But I think I'm going to get my first running back, secure my running back out of the way here, and get Josh Jacobs, RB1 of Green Bay. They really didn't do anything to solidify that running back room. Dang it. Unfortunately, Bowers and A.J. Brown went. I was considering going A.J. here with this pick, but he just went. So now we're kind of looking at best player available here. You got T. Higgins and Tedrow McMillan leading the wide receivers. Lamar Jackson leading quarterbacks with Brees and Kyron. I don't like going quarterback early, but this feels like a really easy spot to solidify one player at every position and start our draft by going Josh Jacobs at running back, Amon-Ra at quarterback, Trey McBride at tight end, and adding Lamar Jackson as our QB1. Kind of like it. I think Lamar's going to have a big bounce back year. They invested into their offensive line a little bit with their draft picks. They took a receiver. Give me Lamar Jackson right there as my 4th round pick. We're followed, by the way, T. Higgins, Brees Hall, Ted McMillan, Luther Burden going high in the 4th round. Kyron Williams, Ladd McConkey, Garrett Wilson, Javonte Williams. Colson Loveland, 5th round pick. Great value, Colson Loveland, 5th round pick. I think he's going to be right in that same tier as Bowers and McBride at the end of the year. Devontae Adams, Zay Flowers, Drake May, Jalen Waddle, Henderson, ETN, and JMO just went, which means we're looking for basically any running backs or wide receivers here. Ooh, this is a conversation. This is a conversation between really these top 2 guys. I'm sorry, Dragon Kid. I love Devontae Smith. I think Devontae Smith's going to have a good year. But I am too much of an Emeka Egbuka fan, man. I love him. I love Egbuka. He's one of my favorite players in football. It's really tempting in this wide receiver range to go running back because of the fact that running backs tend to fall off a little bit more than wide receivers do at this point in the draft. But I'm going to go Egbuka. I'm going to go Egbuka. I've got the wide receiver space. We have the flex options to possibly take Smith if he falls. We're going to see if he goes right now. But I'm going to start with Egbuka, praying that Smith falls. Here we go. Jaden Daniels and... the guy took Devontae Smith 1 pick before me. I'm tempted to go with a Quinshon Judkins, Bishal 2 in DeAndre Swift kind of vibe, but I'm actually going to stick wide receiver here. And I'm going to go with a guy that I really believe in heading into this year. He's older, but he signed with a new team. You guys can see the board over here. Scary Terry, DJ Moore, Carnell Tate, Rome Odunze, Cortland Sutton, Jordan Tyson. I'm going to go with Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is going to have a really, really solid year catching red zone targets, especially if George Kittle misses any time. So I'm going to go Mike Evans, which is going to solidify my first couple picks here. I got a fantasy team looking like, I'll show y'all. Here we go. Lamar Jacobs, Amon-Ra, Egbuka, Trey McBride, and Mike Evans in the flex. So we're really looking to fill that RB2 role right here with someone. And our last flex spot. It's kind of what we're looking at. Sutton went, Fannin, a couple quarterbacks off the board. The top running backs were R.J. Harvey, DeAndre Swift, Scatabo, and Jalen Warren. Which leaves the guy that I wanted to pick as my running back too. They didn't draft anyone for any sort of competition. And I know he's coming off a bad injury. But if he plays and comes back like week 3 or 4 healthy, Quinshon Judkins, man, is one of my buy-in guys. I love me some Quinshon Judkins. Now, mind you, Jordan Tyson just went, and David Montgomery. I wasn't going to take either of them, if I'm being honest. I'm going to look over at this wide receiver room now. DK Metcalf, Michael Wilson, Mekhi Lemon, Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas, Marv, Chris Godwin, Addison, Wandale, Pierce. You guys know I'm a Steeler fan. You know I'm a Steeler fan. And guess what? Rodgers, bring him back. Rodgers is back. Give me DK. Give me DK, baby. Lamar, Josh Jacobs, Quinshon Judkins, Amon-Ra, Egbuka, Mike Evans, and DK Metcalf as our first picks. I love this team. Absolutely love what I'm seeing out of this team. Running backs that just went after Judkins are Monty, Stevenson, Hubbard, Manungai, Pollard, and Dowdle. Love my guys so much more. I am going to take our first flex spot here. If I head to our bench, And I know that, Alec Pierce is available, Ricky Pearsall, but I think that there's a crazy drop off in running backs after the name I'm going to take right now, which is rookie first round running back for the Seahawks, Jadarian Price. I've been taking him in every draft I can. I've been taking Jadarian Price in every draft I can. I don't think Charbonnet is going to be back, and I think Price is going to go right into that RB1 role, and they want to win week 1. Seahawks want to win week 1. I think that is a huge circled thing on Mike McDonald, his board. Now Godwin and Pearsall just went back-to-back. Honestly, I think I like Alec Pierce a little bit more here. They let go of Michael Pittman. He came back on that crazy deal. He's going to get more targets. Getting Alec Pierce this late in the draft as my bench, Jadarian Price and Alec Pierce's bench, guys, feels amazing. I kind of love that. Bo Nix just went, Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes. You saw Wan'Dale Robinson, Parker Washington, Jordan Addison. I think I'm going to head back to that wide receiver room here and go with wide receiver 1 right now on the New England Patriots. Just signed a 4-year deal there. I'm going to go Romeo Doubs. I don't know how much I believe in him, but in terms of value later on in drafts, he is definitely the first receiver of New England taken off the board, and I'm getting him in the 11th round. Wide receiver 1 of a possible playoff team in round 11 feels really good there. And I am going to follow that up by going with... A lot of wide receivers on the board still. So I think I'm going to chill on wide receivers. I think I'm going to take another tight end. We have Trey McBride. I'm going to take a guy that I think if he comes back and plays healthy, I feel good about taking George Kittle in the 12th round, man. After Dalton Schultz and Jawan Johnson, yeah, give me George Kittle. If he comes back and plays a lick of minutes, I feel good about having him. We have one more bench spot, so now is where we take our kind of flyer player here. Who do I believe in as our flyer running back wide receiver? I'm going to head over to... Who do I like? You know what? They let Rico Dowdle walk. They didn't really make a difference. Chuba Hubbard is definitely going to be RB1. I'm going to take a flyer on Jonathan Brooks. Take a flyer on Jonathan Brooks here. Jonathan Brooks, a dynasty running back to target despite injury history. Hey, you never know. Now we need a kicker and a defense. Let's just get this out of the way. Kickers. Brandon Aubrey, welcome to the team. And lastly, I'll go with our defense, whichever is the best defense that is left on the board. The Jets defense just went, and the Titans defense just went before the Texans or the Seahawks or the Broncos. Okay. I'll pick the Texans. And there we go. Here is our final roster. Final roster that we built on our team is going to be Lamar Jackson taken in the 4th round. Josh Jacobs in the 3rd. Judkins in the 7th. Amon-Ra, our first round pick. Emeka in the 5th. Trey McBride in the 2nd. Mike Evans 6th. DK Metcalf 8th. Leading into our bench, Jadarian Price, Alec Pierce, Romeo Doubs, George Kittle, Jonathan Brooks. With the Texans and Brandon Aubrey. That's going to be my first official mock draft of the 2026-2027 NFL season.